Hey guys, welcome back to Mod Pot Thrift. My name's Tom. I'm a full-time eBay reseller and a stay-at-home dad for my 6 children. And this lighting is really weird. I am real irritated at eBay. I kind of feel like they're stealing money from me. Let's get into that. Over here, I have to pull a lockout tagout devices for circuit breakers, and they're in this box. So this was part of the store buyout, sold for $9.99 free shipping. I'll just throw it in an envelope. And this trinket box, I'll put up a better picture of it, also sold for $10 free shipping. Story on that thing was that the buyer, I have one-day handling, and the buyer on the trinket box bought the horse trailer, Nylant truck, and the horse shirt, and then came in and bought this at the same like an hour or two later, but I'd already sent them an invoice for the truck and trailer, and they paid for those. I accepted the $10 free shipping offer on this, assuming that it was all going together, and then they paid for the horse shirt and the horse trailer and not this, and I only have one-day handling time, so I had to ship the horse shirt and trailer in order to keep the metrics up, and then I have to ship this, and I accepted the offer based on the premise that it was free, that it was going with something else and I wasn't going to have to pay shipping. So that one irritates me, but that's not the that's not eBay's issue. That's a timing and the buyer. Just, you know, that's the cost of doing business. This 7-Up dad hat, unstructured hat with a strap back dad hat. Paid $2 on eBay or on Whatnot, and it sold for $9 plus shipping. We're not winning yet today. These are not great numbers. This is a really bad to the bone tank top, size medium. I don't know why it's got a cut tag on it. I should know what that tag is, but I can't remember right off. And then it's Hot Rod Association, National Hot Rod Association drag racers. But look how thin it is, like probably 10 inches dead stock. So when somebody stretches this to put it on, if they do, it's gonna spread the screen printing out. Very cool shirt. I think I paid $5 for it. It's sold, I've had it for a long time. Sold for $25 plus shipping. Doom sold for $35 plus shipping, and it took 2 or 3 days. Both of these actually came from the same person, a picker friend of mine that I buy good stuff off of. This is the power cable to the Sega Genesis, one that did work, this power cable did work, that was in with all that Sega stuff, but it doesn't plug in, like it's not made for the Sega that we got. And that sold for $18 free shipping. And I just looked at this item, and I don't get into the eBay conspiracy theory like, oh, they switched my item to free shipping. But I know specifically that yesterday I listed this item, and I listed it with priority plus shipping because it's going to suck to ship. And it sold for $15 free shipping. So I'm not saying I didn't make a mistake, but I remember specifically pricing these gigantic items as plus shipping because why would you not? I wanted to do I did priority specifically because I wanted them to go into a giant box that I get for free. And they sold for $15, and it's going to cost me $12 to print the shipping label because they're going from Illinois to Washington, and Washington's probably the most expensive place for me to ship. And so I will break even on those. Still not winning. These socks sold for $9 free shipping. That's kind of a win. I made a bunch of money buying the socks on clearance for $1. Lots of different IPs. For whatever reason, the Chucky ones just aren't selling. So we marked them way down, and finally a couple of them have moved. And then the issue that I was yakking about, I don't normally make yelling and aggravated videos, but today I am, because this one's got me, everything that I sold was kind of a waste of time, and then this one's got me super irritated. These shoes I bought on Whatnot for $25. They are very nice Jordans. not really the right size for my kids, at least my kids who are responsible enough to take care of them. So I listed them for like $125, and then I marked them down to $96. And then today I took an offer for $70 just to get them moved. $70 plus shipping. And that's what the invoice says. But I don't get the shipping because it's going authenticated to the authenticator, and the authenticator gets the shipping. But I don't have to buy a shipping label. But we all know I would have made $4 or $5 on the shipping if eBay didn't take that for themselves by having me send it to an authenticator. So then they're going FedEx, and I have to drop them at FedEx. I won't be doing shoes, high-end shoes anymore, because I don't want to accept an offer expecting it to be where I'm making a couple bucks on the shipping, and then there's no FedEx. I don't even know where FedEx is, and I don't, on my own personal stuff, I won't use FedEx. I don't trust that they're not going to back bill me for labels, because they have done massive back billing on labels for me, like things that just were double the price that eBay quoted when I printed the shipping label, and then you go back and look at it and it's literally double when it ends up, because I don't want to say like they put their finger on the scale, but whatever. Once I noticed that, I took something else in there and I said, hey, can you weigh and measure this when I drop it off so that I know what the changes are? And they're like, no, we can't do that. That happens at the distribution center behind a closed door. So when eBay tells you that your FedEx label will cost $21 for this giant thing that's going to Los Angeles, and it comes back as $36 because their measurements and weights are different than yours, there's nothing you can do. So I stopped using FedEx a long time ago. I don't know if they're still doing that, but that was the case in probably 2019, 2020. I saw that on enough labels that I was like, I can't make money this way. So I quit using FedEx, and so I don't even know where a FedEx is, because the one that I used to use isn't there anymore. They moved the business that was, anyway. But now I have to drop these I have to find a FedEx to drop these off at, and I don't make it would have been $15 and probably cost me $10 for the shipping label. If they were going to where they're going to, but they're not. They're going to an authenticator, and so I get the $70 less fees. I just checked while I'm doing the editing, and they actually don't charge you fees on the $14 that they don't give you for the shipping. I thought they probably would, and I did the math, and they don't. But I don't get the plus shipping that I added to the invoice because eBay decided they needed authenticator. So that's my 10 items, and normally you guys don't get a stick in the mud Tom, but today you do. Sorry about that. So it is like almost 7 o'clock, and I just got the news that Merari is not charging sellers fees. Now, I know there's a lot of people who think, oh, well, buyers aren't going to buy anything if you're having to pay a buyer's premium. Well, auctions haven't had that problem for a long time, and people will get used to paying the buyer's premium. And I can sell stuff 20% cheaper on Merari than I can on eBay because I'm paying no fees. I'm not paying insertion fees and final value fees and shipping and the promoted listing fees. 13.5% plus 3.5% plus 40 cents per transaction plus 4% promoted listing fees on a lot of my stuff. It doesn't. So I get to 20% pretty quickly, and if I'm paying none of that other than a little bit for payout stuff, then I can put this stuff up cheap on Merari, and it's easy to list on Merari. So I've been sitting here for 15 minutes, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hats listed, and me and Levi put together 2 tables that we're going to list on Facebook Marketplace. So, I'm pretty excited. We're going to give it a shot. I told Levi just now, I'm going to try to list 100 items in the next couple of days on Merari and see how fast I start getting sales.
So, we're starting Merari. We're gonna do an experiment. 100 items, but if it's the same deal with eBay, where it took Dad 12 years before he started selling at least one thing a day.
I don't know how true that is. But anyway, I've been doing it for 12 years. I've been doing it since before you were born.
Yeah.
And now I'm to the point where I'm making real money on eBay. But I got to not let the eBay ball drop too, right? All right, well, I had a Whatnot show, and I put up a handful of things that were getting no bids. I put up a sealed Wii game that wasn't really worth much, but it caught one bid, and then some old Mario magazines caught one bid at $1 a piece. And then I put up these things that are worth about $6 or $8 a piece, and if I can get them in my hand, and I put them both together for $1. And I said, "Can I get some runs in the chat? Anybody want to see me run these and for $1?" And they said pass. And I'm like, well, if you guys aren't buyers, then I'm not a seller tonight, I guess. So thanks for showing up. And the whole show lasted 8 minutes. I sold 3 items to one dude. He got some good deal, and we moved on. And I went back to listing things on Merari. I got 13 listings done, and I'm hoping it's going to do well. I pay no fees, so I can sell my stuff for 20% less than I'm selling it on eBay, and the buyer will pay less, even though they're paying some buyer premiums. So yeah, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a really good thing for everybody. It's less good for the buyer, but I think what's going to ultimately happen is sellers are going to be selling more, putting more over there at better prices, and buyers will buy those things as opposed to buying them for more on Amazon or eBay. And I'm going to be paying no fees, and they're going to be paying a little bit of a convenience fee, and they can send an offer and they totally mitigate that convenience fee. You know what I'm saying? And maybe the seller takes it, maybe they don't, but it is what it is. I'm excited to try it. It doesn't cost anything at all, even when things sell. So yeah, that's what's going on. So I've got a handful of things listed on eBay today. I got a handful of things listed on Merari. I did a Whatnot show that it was a total failure. Thanks for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, following, clicking the bell, and looking at those links below, which is my eBay store, my Whatnot referral, where if you sign up through me, I get a kickback and you get a kickback. And then the link for my new channel, which will be vlog style. And I've got a couple of things that I'm excited to show you guys coming April 4th, I think is what it is. So check those things out. Go subscribe over there. We'll see you on the next one.